Welcome to the Hollywood Garbage Dump Review, where we consider movies, specifically movie trailers, although at times we do full movie reviews. Primarily we focus on the trailers to determine if there's any hint or indication that there are symbols and imagery embedded within the movie that do not clearly or expressly relate to the movie's subject or theme. Now, at times there are images that we find which are used as part of the movie or the character, like for example in Shazam with the lightning bolt, where there's an obvious image with associations, but some of them are not as clear to many moviegoers, even though the movie will make that association at different times in different ways. So that's an instance where the lightning bolt is highlighted in our reviews. As long as there are other symbols and images hidden and not openly used as part of the movie, but which are consistent with the other meaning or meanings, for example, with Shazam and the lightning bolt. So in the case of Brightburn, you're going to see something similar with a use of a symbol we have seen in our movie reviews to this point very frequently, and that is the diamond pyramid as above so below pattern, which can actually represent a number of things. I'll put links in the description. We've gone over this before. You can look at the prior movie reviews, but this symbol is coming up more and more. And in Brightburn, it's featured, much like the symbol of the lightning bolt in Shazam. So Brightburn is a movie that's coming out later this year, May 24th. It's directed by David Yarovesky. It's about a child from another world who crash-landed on Earth, but instead of becoming a hero, proved to be something far more sinister, or at least that's the underlying question of the movie. With Brightburn, the visionary filmmaker of Guardians of the Galaxy and Slither presents a startling, subversive take on a radical new genre, superhero horror. Just what we've always wanted. And, of course, the filmmaker that they're referring to is James Gunn, the producer, along with Kenneth Wong. Screenplay is Brian Gunn, James Gunn's brother, and Mark Gunn, I believe, their cousin. So, most of us are familiar with the controversy surrounding James Gunn and the tweets that he made that I'm not going to go over in detail because they're too disgusting. But you can look up on your own, and I'll put a link to this article from Screen Geek, dated August 11, 2018, which was after the tweets were exposed and photos of James Gunn at a pedophilia-themed party surfaced. Now, James Gunn did express regret. I will read his apology here. He stated, "My words of nearly a decade ago were at the time totally failed and unfortunate attempts or efforts to be provocative. I have regretted them for many years since, not just because they were stupid, not at all funny, wildly insensitive, and certainly not provocative like I had hoped, but also because they don't reflect the person I am today or have been for some time." So he has not been brought back for the Guardians of the Galaxy series, but he has been involved with the Brightburn movie as the producer or co-producer. So what I don't read in here in this apology is any condemnation of pedophilia or abuse of children, which many of his tweets suggest. So unless someone can show me that he has openly condemned the practices that he joked about 10 years ago or so and still seems to support by going to certain types of parties, then I just don't see that he's really changed the fundamental concern, and that is his attitude toward children. But if he has, I would like to know about it, so please share with me any link you may have or other information where James Gunn may have condemned abuse of children or pedophilia. Otherwise, it appears that he is still friendly, at least, to that type of activity. His tweets certainly suggest that, though he condemned them. Again, he did not condemn what they were suggesting or expressing, really. He just condemned them at that time according to the person that he believed he was. But the question is, does he now still support pedophilia? With that in mind, let's get to the trailers. Take a look at these clips. We'll look at trailer 1, published on December 8th, 2018, and trailer 2, published just about a week ago on March 6th. We'll watch the entire first trailer. Bear in mind there are some disturbing scenes and shots where there's like change in lighting and quick images and sound that's designed to heighten your sense of fear. So be prepared. And this is a movie about a child superhero, although it's really a child who causes a lot of damage. And so the sinisterness that's suggested in the movie summary here is pretty much how it goes. So I wanted to prepare you for that, though, because if you're like me, these aren't the kind of movies you really enjoy seeing. I'm doing these reviews to try to see if they're, in addition to the type of movie they're presenting, embedding within the movies additional imagery and ideas that they don't really tell their audience or that aren't obvious to the audience, and so we need to talk about it. All right, trailer number 1. We'll watch the whole thing. I'll stop it at various points and show you what I found.
Who am I? You are a gift. I know it's been difficult for you lately, that you feel different from other kids.
Okay, and that's the image I was talking about when I was discussing the image that is highlighted more as part of the movie. It's not hidden the way a lot of the other images are that we'll see. So it's kind of like the Shazam lightning bolt in that it's a symbol that's open and used, but that has a lot of meaning, as we've seen in prior movie reviews, and I'll put links in the description again in case you would like to review it. But here you have pyramids as above, so below. You have the square and compass, Freemasonry symbol. A lot of imagery is embedded within this diamond pattern, and the diamond pattern itself is significant. So it's used throughout this movie as a part of this kid's motivation or representation of him. And as you can see, he's drawing the image around his name. So keep that in mind as we proceed. I'm not going to stop it at every point where you see the image, like on a book or item that he's using. But there are a few additional times where I will point it out because the diamond pattern is significant. They are using it openly here, but the meaning isn't clear. And so it's getting embedded into people's subconsciousness and consciousness because the association comes from the activity that the symbol is used in association with, and they don't realize that.
You are different. After your dad and I got married, we prayed for a baby for so long. One night, someone listened. Brandon?
I'm not going to point out the fact that there's a pyramid here on the swing set. I mean, there is. But as I've mentioned in prior reviews, I'm not looking for every single thing I can possibly fit into a pyramid or square and compass or diamond pattern shape. So I let certain things go, and I stop it here only to show that I don't consider every single shape. I think these scenes are set up, and it could be that this was intentional, but I'm looking for something a little less obvious. It's a swing set, it's in a backyard, so it fits the scene enough to me to only use it by example.
You are special. We believe that you came here for a reason.
Okay, now look on the wall over here. See to the right of the man. You get the diamond pattern. I realize there are hangers which have that pattern, but again, how many times do we need to see this pattern before we realize they're including it intentionally? It's not only the featured symbol of this movie, but as you're going to see, it's going to come up frequently. And this is one of those additional instances.
He was in the barn.
Did he find it?
No. It was like he was drawn to it.
He may look like us. He's not like us.
All right, here you can see on the windows, you have the image drawn again, which gives us the as above, so below, pyramidology, diamond pattern, square and compass. I'll put links in the description. We've seen this sign over and over in, I believe, every movie trailer we've reviewed to this point. So it's not just because it's a symbol that's featured in association with the kid in this movie. This comes up over and over throughout these different movies. It's just featured here in association with this boy. Okay, and so here again, you get it in the book, and this is a part of the kid's association again, this symbol, the diamond pattern, as above, so below, and you get it all, the square and compass as well. So you can review the links below, but they make a big deal out of this, as you can see. And I wanted to show you here, you get the Illuminati Eye, the one eye. They like to feature that. And you'll notice over here, you're going to see this in several subsequent shots, but you get the Illuminati Eye here, but look to the right, the rack. It's not as clear in this shot, but it's going to become more and more a part of these shots following this one. And so you have the as above, so below pyramid pattern. And here, as I just said, you have it again. You have it up here on the top rack. You have it down here on the bottom rack. And you have it over here on these racks and the inside rack. Now, I realize there are racks that may, and I'm pretty sure do have this pattern. But the shots are set up so that certain things are shown. These shots, they don't just walk into a freezer and say, okay, put the camera here, you go there, let's go. Everything is set up, from these containers to the lighting, and I believe these racks. Get ready for a little jump scare here in a second, so just wanted to warn you. And note again, Illuminati Eye, pyramid rack, together again. They like those jump scares. So, that to me is just cheap scares. That's not a really effective way. It's effective, I guess, but it's to me an easy way. And so I'm not really a big horror movie fan myself. I don't find a lot of entertainment in being put into a fierce situation. But I know a lot of people do. And I'm more concerned with these images and hidden symbols. And so this is the one they feature over and over, as we saw. Let's go to the second trailer, released just about a week ago, and we'll watch a little bit of it. We don't need to watch it all because part of it repeats what we just saw. So I'll jump up to a point where I know we're going to see, and here we get it right away. You can see what's coming, right? Maybe. Look at the tires. Look at the tire track. It's clear diamond pattern. Remember, these shots are set up. The director says, put this like that. I want to make sure the wheels are shown this way. And what do you get? You get that same diamond pattern. It seems like it's just an innocent occurrence on a yard tool. But these things are done intentionally.
There is something wrong with Brandon.
And I would say here, look it over here to the left. See, so when they start recording or when they go through the edit, these shots must contain what they believe they want to represent. And you get the exact same pattern. Remember, we saw this all throughout Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw, and in our prior movie review trailers, but they really used it in Fast and Furious. And so here we see it again used frequently. Yeah, I'm going to actually move it up now because, again, it gets a little repetitive. I'll put the links to both of these trailers below if you want to check it yourself. I did review things pretty carefully, but you know, some of these things go so fast, and the way they do these scenes to try to get you fearful, you never know, you could miss things. So in this case, at minute 1 and second 46 of the second trailer, you can see on his mask, the top part of his mask, once again, you get the diamond pattern. You get the pyramid, you get the two pyramids within the diamond. The diamond in this position, diagonal, or the cube diagonally, what do you get? You get the square and compass Freemasonic symbol.
There are believed to be no survivors among the...
Okay, and we get it again here as part of the plane wreckage because the boy, it seems, is responsible.
268 passengers on board.
There's a little bit of disturbing stuff here with the boy, and this is supposedly his dad or his stepdad. I guess he's an alien. But once again, they really take aim at the family, in my opinion. It's a very unhealthy portrayal of even a stepfather and a child. And here they really go to town with it. So I'm going to skip past that and get to the point where I wanted to show you. Okay, so you can see here at minute 2, second 19. Let's look at the whole scene. Remember, this shot is set up. The director is where we are. And all the lighting, all the elements are put where they are before they say action. Look it over to the right. You think that diamond pattern we've been pointing out is an accident? I mean, how many times do we have to see it before it's like, I can't believe it. This is over and over again, and it's used in so many different ways that you, unless you're looking for it like we are, I don't think we would see it. I think it would get right by us in our subconsciousness and start to familiarize us with different concepts that they associate with the use of these patterns. But it's clearly right there on this couch, like it's been in other respects, as the featured symbol, really, of this movie. And that's what I'm talking about. So this is the end. You get the symbol kind of fading in, and then it only stays briefly here. So those are the first two trailers. If there's a third trailer for Brightburn, I will review it. But based on these two alone, and the featured symbol of the movie and the different ways that the diamond, square and compass, as above, so below, and Illuminati one-eye patterns have emerged so far, you know, it's pretty clear what you can expect in addition to the new genre of superhero horror, compliments of James Gunn and Kenneth Huang.